Hello there, how are you doing? My name is Sabine Schuh and I'm here to invite you. I would like to invite you to look at your life from a different angle, to discover something about you that you have not discovered yet, and to see how this would contribute to your life and to connecting you with your own resources. So a lot of people have asked me who I am and what I actually do, and I thought it would be so much nicer and more fun to do a little video about this. Also because I think you will get so much more information than just reading an article. You will get, my face expressions, you will get my energy, you will understand how I do things, how I transmit whatever I transmit in a much better way than just reading, like a curriculum or something. And so I would like to give you a little outline of where I come from and what I offer, and then you can see if this is inspiring to you and if you're open and curious enough to have a call and see if that could be a contribution to your life. A lot of people call me Shirley Holmes of Transformation, and that is because I have a different approach to transformation in general. I think it's something that you can have everywhere, just like that. It is something that can be fun, that doesn't need to be heavy and hard and long, even though sometimes I work with people on very difficult situations or maybe painful situations or traumatic situations even. It doesn't need to be dramatic. And so that is a very important distinction that I would like to bring in. And that comes probably because I am working always outside the box. I mean, I have had a life that was very much outside the box. And I grew up in a context that was very rough in a way. My father had a company where they cut down wood for musical instruments. So I basically grew up in a carpentry shop, and I actually at some point did do a carpentry training. But then on the other hand, there were also these people that came from the Philharmony, the violin players, the violin makers that bought that wood. And so there was also this artsy part and this creative part and this very subtle part that was present in my life. And I had this feeling of being a bridge between these different worlds. And that is actually what I am also offering to the people I work with, because there is this space of being a catalyst. And this is a space of possibility. And when we dive into that space together, then there are some processes that suddenly happen in your life with your energy, with your emotions, that then bring you more and more into alignment. And that can be a very fun process. So everything that I do is about working on who you are, tapping into your own potential, not necessarily about what you need to do. If you want to work on to-do lists, then find a coach that helps you to, create a strategy or whatever. I also like to work on practical things, but it always comes from that different context of where are you vibrating? So where's your energy level? When you have a very low energy level, there's not much that you can do about your life. But to get to a higher energy level, you have to let go of old things, of the stories, of the interpretation, of the meaning of things. You have to reinvent yourself new so that you can actually tap into that new energy. And so a lot is about reframing. A lot is about consciousness, because that is the new frontier. Everything is about consciousness. And it is about working with the subconscious mind to get into that state where you can have a whole brain state, where you are in the flow state, where you are in alignment, and where you can create things coming from the future achieved. Not from, I have to repair this, here's something wrong. That is old stuff. That does not really work that well. And it is all about centering you, grounding you, connecting you with yourself, with your potential, with the other people, with what is coming in your world in the future. And it's about empowering you and doing all of these things with ease and fun. So that's the best way how I can describe it. And, you know, I had a life that was really not that easy. I discovered at the, at the sweet age of 45 that there have been some really tough things in my early age. Like when I was 3 years old, there was a lot of abuse going on. And I had a near-death experience shortly after that at 3.5 years old. So I always knew that there were things in my subconscious mind that were kind of wired not that well, but I could not really get my hands to it till I found a way to access it. And this shortcut, if you want to say so, is something that I can offer to you. And we have tried so many things. And, you know, there's sometimes this feeling of, okay, been there, done that, got the t-shirt, it's up to here, you know, nothing works. But that's often because you always keep coming from the same direction. And if you change the approach and the context, then there is a whole new set of possibilities that suddenly opens up. And so that is basically what I would like to offer to you, to see how could we bring these possibilities in your life? How could we reframe things that you are empowered and that help you to let go of whatever the issues are? Very often when I work with people on traumatic things, also the physical situation improves a lot because our emotions and our energetic state and our body are very much connected. And there is so much improvement to do. You know, there is basically the sky is the limit from what you can achieve when you find a way to tap into that potential. And what I would like to offer to you is to organize a hello call that can be half an hour, 45 minutes, something like that, where you can share where you are and what you struggle with. And now you know already quite a lot of things about me. So, but I could explain better how I work and how that could contribute to your life and what the steps are to get into a work together. And, you know, it's not an automatic thing. There are a trillion people you could work with. So you could have a lot of choice. And you need to choose to work with me, as I need to choose to work with you, because I also could work with a lot of people. But the idea is to find out if we are a match and if that would be empowering for both of us, because in that circle of empowering energy, there is so much synergy happening and there is so much stuff coming out from the field. And then, you know, when it comes from freedom and from choice and from curiosity, you are in a very, very good space to change a lot of things in a short time. And so the idea is to schedule a hello call to see if this would be something interesting for both of us to do together, and then to organize an experience for you that is a very short experience, just 2 sessions, an introductory session and a follow-up, so that you actually have a first-hand experience and understand better how it actually feels to work with me. Because it's not about the theory, you know, everything what I do is about creating practical change. And when we do that, when we want to go into that, then we will work on something very concrete so that you see how it actually works. And only when after those 2 sessions, there is the feeling, the mutual feeling that we are a good match and that we see where the future could go to, and that is empowering, then we would organize a program together, which is called MEDEX, Mental, Emotional, Energetical Detox. And I tell you, I mean, a lot of people know what detox means for the physical body, But a lot of people do not know that you can actually let go of these reoccurring thoughts or these heavy emotions, the frustration, the anger, the feeling of helplessness, and tap into your potential. And so I always say the Medex is like a spring clean, where you get rid of all that stuff that you don't need anymore, and then you can invent yourself anew. And that actually happens on a lot of different levels. It happens on an emotional level, on a mental level, on a physical level, even on a spiritual level. You get into a context that is so much richer than what you might have already, because you tap into who you really are. And a lot of the problems that we have are there because we are not aligned with who we are. So my invitation to you is, let's find out if we are a match and what we can do to improve your life. And I'm looking forward to speak to you. And the only thing that you need to do is contact me and organize a call. So I wish you a lot of inspiration out of this little video. I hope there are already some things that you connect and that could be kind of inspiring. And then let's just see where this is going. And for now, I wish you a wonderful day. And I hope to talk soon to you and find out what we can do together. Bye.